Hi anyone and everyone, this is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a little love oracle with love messages. I believe I got this off Amazon, but it could have been eBay too. I'm not too sure. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, or the Tube, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, please do not make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, please leave it on the table for someone else. You just weren't supposed to take up that energy. Nobody wants to burden you with that. Capiche? Capiche. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. One card on the table. Three cards on the table. Probably it's gonna rain, but I don't think it's gonna rain. Four cards on the table. Yeah, we got that one this morning, I think. This is the deck. I did a read this morning, and this is the same deck, but not quite the same. I think one of them's a copycat of the other. I'm not too sure which, but I think this one might be the copycat. But some of the cards are the same, some aren't. 5 cards on the table. Eight cards on the table. That was fast. There. Let's do one more shuffle. Nine cards. Let's put those there. We've got camera, butterfly, sword and rose. I want to say sword in the stone, like the Disney movie from like the 50s. Kiana ring, date, blowing kiss. Not enough. The runner. And picture. Okay, so feminine, masculine, take how this resonates. I'm assuming this is not you, but this could be you. Put yourself where it fits. Be honest about your situation, right? So someone is watching another person, and whoever they're watching is really changing, or they've seen that they've really changed, really grown. In my mind, I'm picturing someone that's not healed, or maybe starting to heal, like starting their healing journey, watching somebody that's on a healing journey, like somebody that's been on the healing journey, if not for a long time, long enough for them to come off as a completely different person. Because this person is watching them and seeing how far they've come and how they've changed and grown. And they're thinking about how they saw them in the past, and they're like, whoa, completely different person. Like, to them, it's like unbelievable. This person is thinking about like memories from the past between the two of you, and thinking like you wouldn't even be able to fit back into those memories. Like, you look and act and sound, behave like such a different person to this person. I'm I'm not necessarily getting like a very low vibrational like vibe, but it could be like this person could be. I mean, everyone has a past, right? I mean, I have a past, you have a past. You know, I've done things that I regret. I've done things that I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I did that. Um, Everybody does. If you say you haven't or you don't, um, I call liar. Liar, liar. But it doesn't matter. Like, whatever these memories are, like, they just don't see you doing those types of things that you guys used to do together now. So it could be low vibrational. It could just be things that they just don't picture you wanting to be a part of. You know, like let's say if the two of you used to fish and they're looking at pictures of you fishing, and then they look at you now and they're like, I don't think they would go fishing now. You know, just basically judging you obviously by the way you look, but also like if they're watching you on social media, they might be hearing you speak, watching you actually move, you know, and they might just think like, wow, totally different person. So whoever this person is, they're very with the sword and rose, they're very determined, and the key on the ring, to continue with their many options. All right. It says unconventional, one night stand, string along. With the date card, I feel like this person is probably just like a habitual dater, right? They probably just date and date and date, and they probably never make any like real commitments. And even if they date someone for a while, like eventually they're like, "Oh, well, I met someone else, so see you later." Because with the date card, it says get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. I feel like this person like constantly wants to meet somebody new. The chasing card didn't fall out. We got the runner card, but yeah, like a chasing vibe. Like this person likes the thrill of a new person. I'm not necessarily getting like one night stand or they're friends with benefits. I mean, it could be. Now, when I say date, everybody's idea of a date is different. Like, what is a date? Like, a date to me is either A, you go out and do something together, whether each of you pays for yourself or one of you pays for both or whatever the case, or you stay in, watch a movie, order some food, make some dinner, drink a beer, you know, you cuddle on the sofa. Like, that's a date. A date is not renting a hotel room for an hour or even a whole night. That's not a date. That's a hookup. That's a hookup. That's a one night stand or a friends with benefits or a string along. That's not a date. This person might this person might have people that they know they have to date in order to get them in the bedroom. Like, they know they have to fork out money on these people. And then there's other people that they date that they don't necessarily have to fork out money for. Now, we can interpret that many ways. The way I interpret that is, hi Homer, that's on that person. Because, just for an example, like, I'm a friends with benefits with this guy, right? Like, I don't necessarily expect a date. I don't necessarily expect them to spend anything on me. We meet for sex. That's it. Maybe some chit chat. That's it. That doesn't mean that I'm undeserving of a real date. You know what I'm saying? And that does not mean that I don't go and get dated elsewhere. Sometimes I think people get stuck in this mindset that everything's all about them and they don't think about the other side. You know? Like this, like, just for an example, let's say I'm in a friends with benefits with a man and we meet for sex and that's it. And he might think, oh, okay, like, she's okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that with you. But we don't talk about who else I'm dating. That's none of your business. And who's to say I don't meet for you for sex on a Saturday night and that next Wednesday some guy's buying me a $200 dinner? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say I condone or don't condone that kind of behavior. I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do. I personally have never done that. That's just a suggestion. Like, that's just a theory, a suggestion on what this person is thinking and doing. But my point is that man who's my friends with benefits, who's like, oh, she's okay. She doesn't need a date. She's cheap like that. Yeah, because I can get my date elsewhere with more money. Like, the other person doesn't necessarily think about that other person and what they're doing when they're not there. You know what I'm saying? Me as a woman, personally, anybody that I was in a friends with benefits, first of all, it's a friends with benefits. If we agree on that, that's what it is. Second of all, as far as I'm concerned, I don't owe you any loyalty. I can still date. I can still look online for men that are worth, that want a relationship, just as the man can. I don't think that they think like that. I think they think like, oh, I got this easy girl. She's going to sleep with me. I don't have to give her any gifts or any dinner. And that's fine. I can just keep doing whatever I'm doing over here. She's not going to pay any attention. Well, you're right. I'm not going to pay any attention because I don't care about what's going on over there. I have my own thing. But that person doesn't think like that. They literally think like, oh, you're waiting by the phone for your friend with benefits. No, I'm not. Why would I be waiting by the phone? Make it make sense. This is that person. Like, he doesn't... Okay, the cat wants out. Hold on a second. Come on. I know, baby. This is why I don't let you guys in here. I thought he was going to sleep in the basket the whole time. So So this is what this person is like. Like they just think that they're one-nighters, they're friend with benefits, like they're all just sitting at home waiting for them. When, in actuality that's just not the case. Yeah, I feel like this person dates certain people and doesn't date others. But they date a lot. With the blowing kiss, if you weren't in love with this if you or someone else wasn't in love with this person, whoever this person is watching, if they weren't in love with this person, they were at least like very kind and caring and generous of their time, respectful, not too pushy. And I fear okay. I feel like on some level this person recognized that all along. But again, whoever you are or whoever this person is that they're watching, like they just like they knew who you were all along, but they just were not interested in making that investment, in making that commitment. With this not enough card, it says lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. So what it comes down to is this person self-sabotages all of their relationships, right? One-nighters, friends with benefits, string-alongs, all those situations don't work in the long term. And if you're dating some and not dating the others, and if you're playing the field a lot, like that can get a little confusing. That can get to be a little too much, right? This person just self sabotages the relationships. They self sabotage themselves. Like, you don't. I've said this before to you guys. Like, just an example, like me in the future, like when I'm 70. Like, do I still want to be alone when I'm 70? Or do I want to be with a partner? Because I feel like most people would want to be with someone. The funny thing is, or not so funny, depending on how you look at it, women nowadays tend to be very self-sufficient and very much in their man-free, relationship-free zone. And I feel like at some point, a lot of men are out there are going to end up alone at a much older age. And they're still going to be crying and whining about how the women won't concede and give in to them and their needs and their wants. Well, why would I do that for you if you're not going to do that for me? In any case, this person is self-sabotaging themselves with all these relationships. Because they're denying themselves stability, love, a partnership, plus many other things. This person is a runner, for sure. For sure, they're a runner. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Yeah. This person wouldn't know intimacy if it bit them in the ass. The only thing they know is sex. There is a difference. It really annoys me when people even on reading, some readers will be like, oh, intimacy, intimacy. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That past karmic doesn't want intimacy with you. They want sex. There's a difference. If they wanted intimacy, then they would probably no longer be karmic. Intimacy is the sex with feeling. Sex is sex. When you try to bring other things into sex, that brings in intimacy. That can be confusing for some people. That's why I'm just saying, when people are in friends with benefits, and I had this happen to me in the past. I had this happen to me. Sex is sex. But what did they want to do afterwards? Cuddle, talk, chit chat, cuddle. That's not sex, honey. That's not friends with benefits. That's a whole other situation. You might want to pay a hooker for that. Because I'm just saying, like, if you don't want a relationship with me and you only want sex with me, sex is all you're getting. You're not getting the intimacy. It's not happening. And I think that's where people lose their shit, because instead of just having sex, they get intimate. And then they're like, whoa, 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 this was just a friends with benefits. You made it not a friends with benefits when you did the certain things that you did, you know? Like the cuddling, the touching, the playing with the hair, the chit-chat, asking about personal things you don't need to ask about. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. But for real, intimacy and sex are not the same thing. Picture. This person is looking at pictures of this person. Looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. I mean, you're not making new memories because you're not there, this person's not there. This person is all by themselves thinking about the past. I think what it comes down to is, I'm not going to say that this person doesn't miss this person that they're watching, this person that's growing and changing and evolving. It's not that I'm sure they miss them, but the way that they miss them is really, they miss them because they used to be on the same level for the most part. And now this person is not. This person is elevating, growing, changing, healing. And this person is watching it. And they get that melancholy feel, not because like, oh, I miss you, I'm in love with you, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of like, okay, we were both there in that same situation. And now you're here, but I'm still here. Like, how come I'm not up there? But this person isn't thinking about, like, the fact that, you know, like, they don't want a relationship. They just want to date. They want to mess around. They want options. They're not thinking about it. Like I said, it's not that they don't miss you, or they didn't have, or they don't have feelings for you. I'm sure they do, but more than anything, whoever this person is, they don't get it. They don't get it. It's almost like a lost soul kind of thing. Like they're like, oh, how did they get there? And then they get on the phone and they call their friends with benefits and they're like, you want to hook up later? Well, that's how they got there. Because they don't do that. They don't do that. You know? This person probably puts off like a very egotistical persona, like they probably would look like they're very ego driven, when in reality this person really lacks confidence. I also feel like this person probably, when they choose people to date, and then they choose people for like one nighters, friends with benefits, they're not choosing correctly. Yeah, they don't really have any intuition, but maybe they just don't have intuition. But you could still like kind of tell, like, okay, like, do you have anything in common? Will you get along in the future? Like, why are you dating that one person but not dating the other? And it's kind of to the point where this person is frustrated because they're thinking, like, well, okay, so if I date these people, like, is one of them eventually going to be the one? I don't know. Is one of them eventually going to be the one? You know, the people that you date, that you spend a lot of money on, that you know require this. It's kind of like being a hooker, right? A prostitute. You have to spend money on them to get love and affection and sex. Am I wrong? I feel like this person thought they wanted like an unconventional lifestyle, like possibly even like if they were to ever get married, it would be like an open marriage. First off, that's not a marriage. You might as well just not get married. I don't see the point if you're going to have an open marriage. If you're in a marriage and like 10 years down the road, like, oh, let's have an open marriage. I feel like those don't really work out, like, what, like 80-90% of the time? Because again, some people cannot differentiate sex from intimacy. Friends with benefits from a relationship. There's a difference. It's like this person, like, literally is just setting themselves up for failure in any type of lover connection, because they don't, like, they're not looking at it like logically, or like, because if they keep going the same way that they're going, they're just going to be an 80-year-old man with options. And again, do you want to be an 80-year-old man or woman with options, right? Sorry, I said man, but I meant man or woman. I'm going to leave it at that. There's nothing here to indicate this person wants to come back in. I think this person is just in their head about everything. Their past, the present, the future. Watching this other person and wondering why they can't be that person. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. And I will talk to you later. Bye.